Alright, what is going on everybody? It is Tristan here, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is I'm filming a requested video. Somebody asked me that I make a video kind of discussing how you can make more from your sneaker investments, and I'm pretty sure I made a version of this video somewhat recently, but people have been asking me, hey, is there any new kind of things that you can do? And there's always some things I can recommend that you can do to make more from your sneakers when you end up, making some sort of investment, whatever it is. I'll get into it right now. So if you guys want more content like this, again, feel free to subscribe and like down below. Let's make the like goal. It's trying to hit 250 on this video. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate it. I noticed, there hasn't been a lot of love with the like button lately. So hey, if you're there, I'd appreciate it. If you're subscribed already, if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. I understand if you're trying to keep, your like videos organized, whatever it is, fully understand, but that's everything I need to say right there. Check out my cook group also down below. Feel free to join that. Me and Drew got that going on, so if y'all want to check that, it is down in the description. We have a restock coming very soon, I believe on September 16th and 17th. If it isn't the 16th and 17th, it's the 17th and 18th. So just stay tuned between September 16th and 18th. Hype Labs is going to be restocking, so stay tuned for that. A lot of stuff in there for you guys. Daily steals, free ACO, backdoors, even more that I could mention, but I'm not going to get into it now. That's not what this video is for. So I hope you guys will enjoy, and let's get started. So my first and main tip that I always have with sneaker investing, and I have an example right here to kind of show you guys, is always sell your sneakers at the right points. When they get to high points and when they stay there for a little bit, that is always the right point to sell. You don't want to be too patient with sneakers. This is one thing about holding sneakers, anything like that, is, don't waste too much time. Hold them for the right amount of time, but don't just hold them, to on end, unless that's really what your plan is. If your plan is to hold a certain sneaker for 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, hey, I'm not going to blame you for it. I'm not going to say anything. Do what you want to do, because that's that's some dedication right there, and to each its own, of course. But one example I can give of this recently would be the military blacks in grade school and adult sizes. I feel like this is a good example of a sneaker that wouldn't be bad to sell off some pairs of right now. Now keep this in mind. I'm saying some pairs of. I'm not saying all stock. This is one of the main points I have, is that you should not sell all pairs. You should sell some pairs. So whether it's half of your pairs, whether it's a quarter, a tenth, a third, whatever it is, you should always try and sell some pairs when they get to these points like this. And what I mean is, you can see, let me go to the chart for this one right now. You kind of see what I'm saying right here, where it's been, kind of just, look, it's kind of flattened out a little bit, plateaued. You see that right over there, where it's kind of flattened out and plateaued a little bit? This is a good point to now sell, especially right now. You see it's kind of chilling right now, 310, kind of, 290 for most sizes. It's a really good point for grade school to get those sales in, especially if you bought in at kind of, 190, 200, whatever it is. So that's kind of one of the main things I'm trying to encourage right now, is when it is at that point of, kind of just flattening out the curve right there, and maybe it'll dip back down a little bit. I feel like that's realistic. Again, if we saw a slight dip in military blacks, just because back to school demand isn't there anymore, but again, it could stay because fours are really in right now, so it could just flatten out a bit and then rise even more. That's very possible, but I feel like that's going to take some time, and that's why you don't sell off all pairs. So then when it goes up again, you can sell even more at that point. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying there. That's one of my main things, and kind of one of the first ones I want to mention. Probably the most important one is timing. Timing when you sell your shoes. And the next point I have right here is optimizing your sales. So of course, when it comes to maybe backdoors you have coming in, sneakers you have coming in, ones that are on the way, pre-sell those. Optimize that sale. Make the most you can from that sneaker when you can, when you have it, or maybe when you don't have it. For example, this is an example of pre-selling something. So you have a Nike Dunk on the way, right? From the Nike app. Let's say you recently hit on the lottery dunks, and they're on the way, and you're like, okay, market's looking pretty good for these right now. I want to get that quick pre-sell in, make some profit so I can continue reselling, but I don't want to sell it when it's in hand, because prices are going to drop, because everybody's going to all of a sudden probably have them around the same time I do, because all the packages are landing, so prices will drop because a lot of people are going to be trying to sell them then. So you want to get that early sale in, and you want to make the most from it. So what you would do is go in your Instagram story, go in your Snapchat story, post the screenshot of the order, of course, cross out the order number and email. Very important. Make sure you cross out the order number of any orders you do, anything you post in your story, because I don't want someone canceling your order because they're salty they didn't hit. Don't forget, people can cancel your orders if they get your order number, so don't be making that public. Always cross out the order number whenever you post some sort of screenshot, anything related to that. So again, just kind of get that screenshot of the order, whatever it is. Maybe it's the got 'em page, say what size it is, post your price that you want to sell it for, and get that sale sale early before the pair lands, because when pairs start coming in and landing, you might not be able to get as much for them. Now, if you post them on your Snapchat story, this is one thing. Snapchat stories are kind of a really good way to get some good sales on sneakers, because you could sometimes, get a little bit more for them because people may pay the high for them. That's just how it is. I've noticed that. It's a little bit of a trick there. Not a trick, but it's, again, different platforms you can optimize on to make more for your sneakers. So on Snapchat, that's one place you can definitely do that, depending, on, who you're selling to, things like that. So if you have them on Snapchat and get them in hand, take a picture, and then sell them then for a little bit more, there's no issue then. But that's just kind of how you would pre-sale your sneakers, post a screenshot of it, be like, yo, I got these on the way. Let me know if y'all want them. And that's how, you could pretty much do the deal. I mean, that's really what it's been. That's how you can pre-sell a sneaker, how you can optimize the sale. Again, you can do Facebook Marketplace, you can do Alias, you can do Goat, you can do StockX, you can do eBay. eBay is a great place as well. Just make sure you don't get scammed. Always be careful there. We're always, again, having like reselling tips and things like this in the Discord. So again, check out and stay tuned for that. Not check out, but it's down there below. So feel free to give it a little view, see what's going on there, or give us a follow on our Instagram, Twitter, whatever's going on there. We've been posting consistently. That's another important thing. Of course, if you're ever going to meet up with someone in public too with selling sneakers, make sure you bring a friend, or make sure you do it in a public area with people around, just so it's not something where you end up in a bad situation. I don't want to see that happen where someone gets robbed, anything like that. So always maybe bring someone that's willing to go with you, or just do it in a place where that's not going to happen, or very unlikely to happen, where it wouldn't be a good idea. But aside from that, another tip I have: optimize your sale, get the most from it, sell them before you get them in hand, before everybody does. Always a tip. And that's just more like general tips for sneakers that you don't plan to invest in. When it comes to optimizing sales for sneakers that you actually plan to hold and things like that, you go to those same platforms and just sell their higher prices a little bit later on. Post the price that you want and get offers and things like that. And again, use timing. That's another very important thing. You have to use these things together. Like when you're optimizing these sales and setting certain prices, right? You have to look at what the current market is, and you have to make sure you're selling at a point when the market's high, things like that. So military blacks, for example, would be pretty hard. Wouldn't be too difficult to get some good sales right now, because again, market's high. You could set your own price probably, and a lot of people aren't going to be wanting to go to these apps and paying those, so they'll just go to you, and you could probably get some pretty good money easily. Could probably sell some size 11s for like 360, 380 local military 4s. I don't know what they're going for right now. I haven't checked the adult sizes in a while, since I've sold off a lot of my stock in like the whole daily steal section of my Discord, but another thing right there, optimizing, very important. And finally, the third tip I want to mention when it comes to sneaker investing, reselling sneakers, anything like this, don't hold every sneaker you get. If you have an opportunity to take some good profit, take it. There's no reason to wait sometimes, especially when it comes to some of these sneakers, where it will be at $150 retail and then they'll resell for thousands of dollars. I mean, if that's your first reselling hit, right? And let's say you have $500 and you just hit in the sneaker that's not worth $1,000-something, take that profit. There's no reason that if you only have $500 for you to hold on to an $150 sneaker that's worth thousands of dollars. You see what I'm saying? You should continue to build up your money, and then start getting into that a little bit later on. That's what I would personally encourage. So another tip I have, kind of the final ones I want to mention, just don't get held up in every sneaker. Don't feel the need to hold everyone. Only hold pairs that have a lot of discussion around them. Ones that you're like, man, people have been mentioning a lot this week. I've seen a lot of pictures of these, things like that. Ones that we're mentioning in the Discord here on the channel that I mentioned, things like that. If you see a lot of discussion around certain sneakers, then those are ones that are probably safer bets to hold on to, things like that. Wait to sell. That's just all I'm saying. You don't have to hold every sneaker. If you see an opportunity to make some profit, you want the profit, take it. And never feel. This is one thing I always tell about people that are like, man, this sneaker went up a lot this month. I could have made like $100 more if I waited. Don't ever complain, if you made profit. There's no reason, because you made money. You're good. But yeah, that's really everything that needs to be said. If you guys want more content like this, feel free to subscribe and like down below. And again, check out my cook groups, all of that down below. I said the like goal was 250. So if you could hit that too, that'd be awesome. Again, I haven't seen a lot of like action love in the videos lately, but it's no big deal. Again, it would just mean a lot to me, because again, I've been trying to post consistent content for you guys, kind of help you out. This again is a video kind of showing you guys how to make more from your sneaker investments, how to get more out of them, how to profit more from them, and then just kind of, how to make more from your sneakers in general, pre-selling them, selling them at the right places. Don't be hesitant to take profit, things like that. All important kind of basic tips for my newer resellers that you guys can hopefully understand there. So that's it. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.